What's up, guys? It's JP Farrell here, or you can call me Jape, like most people call me. And guys, we're gonna have a little bit different video today. I started my company when I was 17 years old in high school. I've grown it for the past 5 years up to 2 million. I currently am here in Austin, Texas. I run my company out of Savannah, Georgia, and we're opening up our second location out here in Austin. This video is gonna be a different video. It's not gonna be about technical work. It's not gonna be about ads or hiring or any of that. A lot of the calls that I do, and I get on a lot of calls with business owners, and I ask them a lot of questions. And a few times I've had to go back to this one key thing. And this one key thing that I keep having to go back to is mindset. You see all these videos about mindset, and it's like it's unsexy. It's like, dude, I already got the right mindset. Dude, and you really don't. A lot of people think, with starting your own business and getting into this world of entrepreneurship, even if you have your own business already and you've been running it, mindset is very important. It's your foundation. Mindset builds on top of everything. It's how you operate in your business. So you have to have the right mindset in order to have the right and sustainable business. And so that's what I'm going to go into today. The first thing with mindset is you're a business owner. Right? This is what I want to get through everybody's head. You're a business owner. You're a business owner. The moment you open your LLC, the moment you have an EIN, even if you don't feel like a business owner. I didn't feel like a business owner till I hit $1 million a year. And if I had the right mindset and I was a business owner when I was making $0 per month, $10K per month, I would be so much further ahead. So what does that mean? You're a business owner. When you go in and you open up your new business, and even if you already have a business, you're a business owner. Ownership. You own the business. You are not the operator. You never will be. You are not the salesperson. You never will be. You are not the mover, the technician in your business. You never will be. You have to realize that you're different from the rest of everybody in your business. You're different from every single person in your business, right? Let's say you onboard somebody onto your team. He's a great sales rep. Your job as the business owner is to make sure that sales rep is more successful than you are. I used to get really insecure when people were better at doing my job than I was, and that really hurt me. I wish I would have had the mindset that I'm the business owner and not the best sales rep or the best operator or the best mover or the best technician, because you never will be. If you have a great business, you will never be great at any of those things, and your whole team will be better than you. You're the business owner. Me, I've found my role within my company. It's the visionary. I lay the path so the rest of my company can follow that path and become better than me. So first, that's what I want to get through your head, is that you're not supposed to be, obviously you have to know these things, and you're not going to be able to hire the best talent at first, but being able to coach those guys so they can become better. Give them the right books, give them the right resources, right? I give my guys courses, I give my guys books, I give my guys everything. That stuff I haven't even read or gone through, but I know it will make them better. I've given them stuff that I've gone through briefly, kind of looked at it, knew it was good, implemented it in the company, and then gave it to them to become even better on it. So you're a business owner. And most likely if you're a single person business owner like myself, you don't have a partner or anything like that, you are the visionary, because you have to be. If you own a company by yourself, you have to be the visionary. And if you're not, you need to find a partner that is one. There's two different types of partners that I've seen, right? I've seen companies with 4 partners. I've seen companies with 3 partners. I've seen companies with 2 partners. 2 and 3 work, kinda. 3 works some of the time, very rare. 2 works extremely well, but only in these certain circumstances. Usually these guys are very opposite people. There is a visionary, and then there is an operator, right? Let's take, for example, Alex Hormozy and Layla Hormozy. These guys in business / girl is some of the most phenomenal business minds, I think, of our time right now. They really understand on a different level. And what you see is Alex is the visionary, right? You even look at his calendar and how his calendar is so much different than Layla's calendar. Layla is an operator. She's the CEO of the company, the chief executive officer. While Alex she's running the whole company. She's putting together the meetings, she's running meetings, she's building teams, she's doing all of that. Something that honestly I'm very good at. Something that I think I could be a CEO with a partner and he could be the visionary. Obviously I don't know because I've never been in a partnership before, but I've had failed partnerships, and it's because most of the time it came down to misalignment. Even with my employees, it's come down to misalignment. So making sure you're aligned with your partner, making sure that they know their role and you know yours before the even business goes is going to be very important. Like I said, this is all mindset. Everything that I'm talking right now, you're either in the mindset of an operator or you're in the mindset of a visionary. Who are you? I don't know. And that's something for yourself to figure out, and that comes down the line as you go in business. You kind of figure out kind of how you operate as an entrepreneur. But mindset's super important. So once you're in the mindset of being a business owner, right, then you realize you're either an operator or you're a visionary. An operator tends to be CEO of the company. The other guy tends to be the visionary, where the company's going. Right, that's the job of the CEO as well, but like, you get what I'm saying. Alex writes the books, Layla operates the whole company, keeps it alive, and they're both equally as important. So that's just one example. Now that you're in the mindset of you're the owner of the company, right? You're not doing any of the actual work, but you take on most of the burden. Now you have to operate in a different way. So when you realize that you're the business owner, you think, okay, how can I get these moves serviced? A guy with not the right mindset is going to think, I need to go out and pick up the furniture and move these and make sure the customer's happy. A business owner is going to think, how can I hire somebody to go out and do this work for $20 an hour? 2 guys, 1 truck, $40 an hour, that's my cost. I'm selling it for $159 per hour. That puts my labor costs at about 20-something% with taxes and all that, payroll taxes. Now I can profit this much off sending these 2 guys, and that's the difference I can make. It comes down, most of my job is thinking about the numbers. When you're a business owner, you think about the numbers. You think, how can I put this resource towards this area and this resource towards this area? That's the main work that you're doing, right? It's not the grunt work, right? You don't need to do that. I wish if I started over again that I would have done it completely different, because the first 3 years I was moving furniture. I was in there doing the grunt work, trying to make a buck. If I would have immediately, when I first started my business, didn't think myself as just like a side hustle and doing it, for money, but actually putting together plans and thinking about the numbers behind everything and pushing resources toward here, human resources and capital resources. Those are the main things that I'm thinking about on a daily basis. Human resources, capital resources. How can I deploy this capital? How can I deploy this human to do this? How can I deploy this capital to do this? Those are the 2 things that I'm thinking about. And that's the mindset that you have to be in. A little bonus on top of this mindset is going to be doing the right things for your body. Going to sleep, getting 8 hours of sleep. You're not going to be able to make good decisions if you don't get 8 hours of sleep. And all your time as an entrepreneur and what makes you successful is going to be how you make decisions. You're going to have to make really tough decisions. It's inevitable. You're going to have to make some of the hardest decisions that you've ever made in your life. And how are you going to do that off 2 hours of sleep? I see guys that will work all night, all day, and not stop. And they're stuck in a rat wheel because they can't separate themselves from the business and get 8 hours of sleep to make the right decisions for their company. The reason that I'm able to make the right decisions and the hard decisions is because I take care of my body. And it took me a while to do this, right? I was that guy that was working 14 hours a day, sleeping 6 hours, waking up, working another 14 hours a day, and in that wheel. And I chose that I'm never going to do that. I choose what feels right to my body. I am more motivated than ever, right? Motivation and determination is obviously key. So once I had that, I knew if I need to work till 3 p.m. and I don't feel like I can do any more and my mindset is not right, I'm going to hit the cold plunge, I'm going to hit the sauna, I'm going to take a walk, I'm going to hit a workout. I'm not the most healthiest person in the world, I'm not working out, I'm not jacked, but I'm getting my body active, I'm getting my mind right, because that's all that matters in the end. Your health and your mind. If you don't have those 2 things, you're not going to be able to make significant progress and have those compounding effects. You're going to be stuck in the same thing for years. I went to this entrepreneur event the other day, and when I went there, it was a lot of low-level entrepreneurs. And, I was like, wow, I'm really past these guys, but I'll just shut up and listen. So I listened to these guys, and all these guys were first, the guys who were in blue collar industries, I noticed that they were embarrassed to say that they were in blue collar industries. So what they did was they would say they worked a blue collar, right? HVAC, they did plumbing, they're doing it all themselves, right? All these guys maybe had one employee, him and a buddy. And then they would also say they do marketing because that was the social acceptable thing to say in this event. Yeah, I have this company, but I also do marketing as well. Every single person. It was the most insane thing. Everybody in that event did marketing. It was wild. You do marketing in your own company, but anyways. The second thing is they all had the wrong mindset. Every single one of them. That whole event should have been about mindset, right? It was a networking event, but it should have been about mindset. These guys were all in the wrong mindset. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. It was mind-blowing. When you meet a really good entrepreneur is when they have a good mindset. They listen, they do everything in their power to really understand, and then they also take accountability. They're like, I don't know how to do this. Most of these lower level entrepreneurs will say whatever comes to their head or whatever bullshit they listen to online. Don't do that. Say, I don't know this. Why don't I know this? What do you know about it? And then take it with a grain of salt, right? Every single one of these guys I listened to, I took it with the absolute grain of salt. Actually, I don't even need to do that anymore because I already knew they were wrong, but I still listened. So when you're a beginner entrepreneur, ask questions, ask for help. Don't go into a room thinking that you know it all, because I guarantee you don't. The guys that's been through it know themselves they haven't been through it all. Know themselves there's stuff that they don't know. And so they listen. And they evaluate. So that's all I have for you guys today. I think this could be helpful for a lot of people. The main key takeaways I think is going to be here is you're the business owner. Mindset health. Think about you, right? You're doing stuff for a lot of other people, especially if you have employees. Like myself, I have 40 employees. Think about you, right? Be selfish with your time. Be selfish with your health. Be selfish with your mindset. Be selfish with your time, because all of it matters. To the extent of it matters more than everything, day-to-day operations, marketing, sales, all of that matters way more. Your time, your mindset, your health matters way more than marketing, sales, hiring, all of that. So those are the key takeaways from this. I hope this helped a lot of people. Even if you are a business owner or you're not a business owner, I know I had to take step backs with other business owners, and the guys that are just starting, this is what I start off with, this mindset. So I hope this helped everybody. I hope this helped business owners in their business now, and I hope this helps new and upcoming business owners. As you can see, my energy is a little different today because it's Sunday. I've turned my life fully to God, and I'm at peace with myself, and I'm at peace with where I'm at in life. So I figured I'd want to make a different video type today and go over this, because I think it would help a lot of people. Even if you have to take a few steps back to take a few steps forward, it's worth it. Take care, y'all. Jade.